What is up, guys? It is James, and I am back with another video. Today, I'm going to show you guys how I approach the weekend, what I do on the weekend to improve as a trader. As you remember, I was in Hawaii last week, and I wanted to take a break from trading because I was over trading. I realized I was forcing setups, not taking the best trades, and that's what led to me blowing my account. So today I'm going to show you guys what I do on Saturdays to show you how I want to improve. So here we are on TradeZella. As you can see, I only took one trade this week. Right here, I have it imported from Top Step. It was a break-even trade, unfortunately, and I only made $3.78, which is pretty unfortunate. But we have some stuff to learn from. This is why I say journaling is so important. I journaled Wednesday, I journaled Thursday, and we couldn't trade on Friday because it was a bank holiday. So I'm going to take you guys over my journal, what I took on Wednesday, and how I missed a setup on Thursday that I could have taken, and how I'm going to improve from it. So this is what I like to do on the weekends. I really like to take a deep dive into my journal so I can improve going to the next week. Hey, by the way, if you're new here, I'm James. I started documenting my trading journey about a year ago when I was unprofitable. I've made about 45K since, and my goal is 100K in payouts, all documented on YouTube. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's get back to the video. So here we are, TradeZella. Going into this week, I was I wanted to be patient. I didn't want to force any trades, only wanted to take the absolute best setup because I am going to start risking a little bit heavier on these accounts, only taking what I believe is an A+ setup. So right here, Wednesday, we'll go ahead and take a look. It was a long on micro NQ around 632. So it was a market open trade. And we're going to look at my notebook from Wednesday. So as you can see right here, this was the trade I took on Top Step. See my executions right here. And this is the 1 minute time frame. This right here is the 5 minute time frame. And these were my reasonings for the trade. So right here was a data wick right here from a Trump tweet. And as you know, data highs, data lows, they are very good draw on liquidities. Pre-market, we had a 15-minute gap right here. This was the 15-minute gap. You can all see right here. This was the 15-minute gap. Going into the day, I had my bias being bullish, and we had a 15-minute gap that could potentially get inversed. If I saw an inverse on this 15-minute gap, and I saw market open pump towards data highs, then I would told myself I would take a long. So what was my entry system when I took this trade? Well, going on the 1 minute market open, price had initially dumped down, taking out this low right here on NQ, whereas ES did not take out this low. This was an SMT. After seeing this, we saw instant displacement on the 1 minute candle right here, displacing higher, showing that there was a strong move towards data highs. After this displaced candle, I took my entry right here, and I had my stop loss below the SMT low right here, expecting this 15-minute gap to get inversed. As you can see, the 5 minute time frame closed pretty bullish right here. And then as this next 5 minute candle was forming, that is when I went break even. As you can see, went break even once the next 5 minute candle started distributing. And I noticed that there was a 5 minute gap opening up. I realized price can probably retrace into this 5 minute gap, and I want to protect myself. I didn't want to get retraced into and potentially get retraced all the way down into here. And unfortunately, as you can see, price dumped down and took me out at break even. And eventually data highs were taken out, but I am not mad. I went break even. I'm not expecting this big of a dump. After seeing this big of a dump, a lot of people actually expected shorts, and a lot of people actually took this short right here. As you can see, I faded the setup, and I put reasonings on why I faded the setup. When I journal, I talk about trades that I don't take, and I also talk about my emotions. As you can see right here, I put my reasonings for fading the setup. I said I had just gotten break even. I felt like this was a FOMO trade for me. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to enter this trade because there were some drawn liquidities lower, but I faded it because I had just gone break even, and I would have hated to just get break even and to enter this trade right here and end up being in a loss. As you can see right here, the trade does end up taking a loss if I wouldn't have gone break even. So after this, another reasoning I didn't take this trade was because price showed indication that price wants hit these data highs right here. This is a good drawn liquidity. It showed instant displacement towards it. We were pumping up towards this drawn liquidity up here. I didn't like that we didn't tap into any gaps over here, unmitigated gaps over here, and price just dumped down. After seeing that, I was uninterested in taking any shorts just because there weren't any really gaps. We weren't displacing off any gaps from over here. So another setup I saw was price was, we had this 1 minute tap right here and displacing out of it. Some people took this trade, and I did not like this trade because we had an SMT with a 9:30 a.m. low right here, as you can see marked out. ES took it right here, and I would not want to enter after taking out this low right here just because we're going against an SMT. And after that, I said, what were my emotions? Because I like to mark down my emotions. And I said, my emotional control was good on fading these two setups because I recognized that I was feeling FOMO. And yeah, I was feeling FOMO after getting break even. When I was up on this trade right here, this had covered basically my whole drawdown. As you guys know, I'm in drawdown right now. 400, I was down like $480. And this trade, I risked $500, and this was basically covering my whole balance. I would have been in profit, and yeah, ended up getting break even. And yeah, my emotions were a little skewed off. I could have, been at break even with my balance on these accounts, but unfortunately got break even on it. If I had taken full TP, which were the day highs, it was like a $730 profit, and I would have been up $300. So after reviewing this day, I realized maybe I should just focus on 101 RR trades. Just because 101 RR trades, you can't be mad at that. Those hit a lot. Low frequency 1 RR trades, just risk heavy on a high win rate setup, and you'll be profitable. So after looking at that, I think I'm going to start incorporating just 1 RR trades, unless price is just flying. So we're also going to talk about Thursday going into the day. Didn't take this trade right here, but after looking at this was a good setup, and I missed out on it. I could have banked on this trade. Could have gotten an easy 1 RR trade, and I missed out on it. But what am I going to do? I'm not going to complain. There's always next week, and I'm just going to learn from this mistake. I'm going to learn to execute better. I learned to be patient after taking that whole break from last week. I learned to just be patient because it feels good to not actually force trades. It feels good to be patient. Just wait for your setup. But maybe I'm being a little too patient. Maybe I'm being a little scared to execute, and I realized after this trade. So we're going to take a look at it right here. As you can see, we had actually previously dumped like crazy, and there were really no draws down below. The only draws were higher. We had this London high right here, which was really nice. It was basically equal high, and it was also a 4-hour unmitigated gap. So really nice strong liquidity right here that I could have targeted. So I said I missed this setup right here. And why did I miss this setup, and why was it a decent setup? Well, there were no draws lower, and also manipulate lower and create this 5-minute inverse. We inverted it on the 5-minute. I could have taken entry after we closed above this 5-minute inverse with a stop loss right here, or down below these bodies, targeting these London highs, equal highs, 4-hour unmitigated gap. Such a good drawn liquidity. So why did I hesitate? What did I say? I didn't like how I manipulated at market open, then came down to sweep liquidity, that after the first 10 minutes, I thought price wants to just slowly go lower, even though there were no draws. Price flipped, and I wasn't sure if price wants to go up or down anymore. Okay, so my reasoning for why I hesitated was price initially shot up, and I thought London highs were going to get taken right off market open, but we actually flipped lower. As you can see right here, we inversed this 5-minute gap right here. And we had this strong 5-minute close right here. After seeing this, I thought price wants to go lower because we inversed this 5-minute gap. And that's what really confused me. That's what hesitated me, because price showed signs of wanting to go higher. Then we showed signs that we want to go lower, even though there are no draws. So I was pretty confused on the day where price wants to go. I thought price maybe wants to just keep on dumping, maybe, even though there were no draws, just because of the war sentiment that price was just going to keep on going bearish. But after seeing this inverse again on this 5-minute gap, that's when I was kind of confused. I wasn't sure if price wants to go up or down. But focusing on drawn liquidity, the drawn liquidity is higher. We had such a nice drawn liquidity right here. Nice strong close, nice entry, sweeping out this internal low right here. Nice setup. And going forward, I shouldn't hesitate on trades. That's how I need to improve. What were my emotions? I always want to talk about my emotions, because that is what is important. Emotions is what causes you to hesitate trades. It is what causes you to enter trades. It is the main focus of trading, and that is what is going to allow you to succeed or fail in trading. So always make sure you write down your emotions. What were my emotions? I said I was pretty upset with myself when I saw the trade play out. I was pretty upset, I'm not going to lie. Why was I upset? Pre-market, I told myself I want to only look for longs since there are no draws lower and we got longs. So yeah, I told myself that their only draws are higher. There really should be no reason to go lower. And yeah, I was pretty upset with myself that I called this out. I want to see longs play out, and it did play out, and I saw no profit for it. But I cannot be mad, because I did tell myself I wasn't sure why price went up and then price came down and then price came back up again. A little confused, but I'm just going to learn from it. If I see it again in the market, I'm going to execute it. And I also want to talk about what can I improve on. What did I say? Exactly what I'm doing right now. Do not take your anger out on the markets. Just journal and understand how I can have execute today better. There will be more trades in the future to take. I just need to execute when I see it. So what am I talking about? What can I improve? Well, when I saw this play out, I did have FOMO. Price kept on shooting up. As you can see, price was flying up, but there really were no draws too much higher to take. So I didn't want to FOMO into anything. I saw price had taken out the main draw of London high right there. And I want to, I was like, damn, I missed out on this trade. Maybe I can, take more longs, but I just need to stay patient. I missed out on the trade of the day. Don't want to force anything after the main draw and liquidity got taken. Just learn from why you hesitate and come back even stronger into a week. So this is why I journal. I journal every single day, even on trades. On days I don't take trades, because days where there is a trade setup and I miss out on it, I want to journal that, why I hesitated, what my emotions were, and I want to review it like I am this week. I'm going to keep on deep diving into this journal, really reflect on this past week on what I could have done better so that I come back stronger next week. After looking back at these trades, I feel like I'm being a little bit too patient. I want to risk heavy on my trades. I want to take good setups, but I want to actually execute, because you work in probabilities, and if you take good setups, good high probability setups, then it should work out in your favor, and you're not going to win all of them, even if it is a high probability setup. We just need to play the prop firm game. I have to realize I invested $1,000 into these accounts after buying the evals, paying the activation fees. It was $1,000, and you can get a good return on your investment if you get a good payout. The payout target is a 10K payout, and I just need a couple of good high risk trade or risking heavy on some trades, and I can get to that 10K payout. So that is what I'm going to be doing going forward into next week. I'm going to be executing, not being as patient. I don't want to be super patient where I'm only taking one trade like I did this week. I want to be, taking some risk and trying to make some trades play out. So going forward, going to be trying to execute a little bit more. Still good quality setups though, but not as scared as I was this week. After coming back, it felt good to not take setups, and I was a little bit too patient this week. So going next week, going to execute a little bit more, give you a little insight on how I journal and how I approach the weekend, because you want to be reflecting on your journal. You actually want to be reading back on your journal on the weekend and actually seeing what you can improve on. So if you made it till end, I appreciate for watching. This is the series. The goal is 100K in payouts. I'm at 45K right now, and been in a little bit of a slump lately, but I feel like my second breakthrough is coming through. I know things are going to get better, and I feel that this payout is going to come very soon. So if that's something that interests you, if you want to watch along with my journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow along my journey, road to 100K, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.